Hello, friends. Good afternoon. I wanted to hop on quickly and address a comment that was left on one of my videos about Graham Hancock. Here's the video here. Graham Hancock's evidence that a cataclysm wiped out Clovis makes no sense. The video was about some of Randall Carlson's stuff about the huge mega flood and the channeled scablands, and I was just pointing out that there is one of the most famous Clovis sites in the whole country down inside one of these scoured areas, which means that the flood predates Clovis, which means that the flood couldn't have been associated with an event that wiped out Clovis. Anyway, some genius gets on here to comment. Let me find the comment. Here we go. Man Bear Pig 4456. Hancock never stated that the cataclysm completely wiped out the Clovis people. Shows how out of depth you are that you have to cling on to a statement that has never been made by Hancock. I asked this loyal watcher, did you ever read America Before? Got no reply. So I thought that I would go ahead and read some passages from America Before for you. Man Bear Pig 4456. In case you are not familiar, this is the book by Graham Hancock, which I was referring to, America Before. He basically brings his lost civilization shtick to the quote-unquote New World, North America, South America. He talks a lot about Clovis. So you can see I have a number of bookmarks in here. Let's see. Okay, page 374. Concerns the Younger Dryas, the interlude of cataclysmic global climate change coinciding with the late Pleistocene extinction event in which 35 genera of North American megafauna, with each genus consisting of several species, were wiped out around 12,800 years ago. Sharing their fate were the Clovis people and their distinctive culture with its characteristic fluted point weaponry. So, Cataclysm wipes out the megafauna, and sharing that fate, in Graham Hancock's words, were the Clovis people. That's example number 1. Page 386. I have written extensively about the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis in Magicians of the Gods. There I present evidence that the impacts changed the world completely and wiped from the record almost all traces not only of the Clovis people, but also of an advanced civilization of the Ice Age. So it's not really clear there whether he's saying they wiped away the archaeological traces or the people, but obviously we know about Clovis because there's Clovis all over the continent. That's how we know it's a thing, unlike the advanced Ice Age civilization in which there are no traces. So it's a stupid statement either way, whether he's talking about the archaeology or the actual Clovis people. Page 408. Top of the list, of course, is the abrupt, mysterious disappearance of the entire successful, technically accomplished, and geographically widespread Clovis culture right around 12,800 years ago. Abrupt and mysterious disappearance. Kind of a synonym for wiped out. And that's following on his statement that the cataclysm also had severe consequences for human beings. So here he's definitely not talking about the archaeological record. He's talking about the Clovis people being wiped out around 12,800 years ago and abruptly and mysteriously disappearing. Oh, I lost one of my bookmarks. Page 432. Widely scattered populations of Native American hunter-gatherers were badly mauled at the Younger Dryas onset, amid indications of sudden population collapse. Many previously inhabited areas were abandoned entirely, as we saw in chapter 26, with no return for hundreds of years. Clovis ceased to exist. An entire, vibrant, widely distributed culture obliterated. See if I can find where that last one came from. All of his misinformed opinions about Clovis technology and what it is, which is pretty laughable. Page 439. In the Big Bang of the Younger Dryas onset, Clovis itself is gone, dead and buried beneath the black mat. That should be enough. What was that? 4, 5 examples. He very clearly is saying that Clovis culture and the Clovis archaeological record were wiped out by the cataclysm that he thinks occurred at 12,800 years ago. And I can assure you that neither of those things is true. Man Bear Pig. I can assure you that neither of those things is true. The Clovis record is intact and is actually on top of some of these quote-unquote indications of a catastrophe. And the Clovis people were not wiped out. The technology changed, which is something that we see happen all over the world, all throughout the human existence on the planet. Technologies change. You know, the horse and buggy people are no longer here for the most part. They were apparently wiped out by some kind of cataclysm in the 1920s and were replaced by the car people. Anyway, I do wander. One of the many things that Graham Hancock is incorrect about, and no, I have not watched Ancient Apocalypse Season 2. Actually, I have not watched Ancient Apocalypse Season 1. I figure other people got that covered. I am not buying the snake oil anymore. But I do have a few questions for Graham Hancock, and maybe I'll put those in another video coming up shortly. Because until he can answer those questions, or until he even tries to answer those questions, ain't nobody got time for that. There's nothing to talk about. How many times can you point out that someone is a clown before it's not any fun anymore? Anyway, thanks for listening, friends. See you later. Bye-bye.